Hello again, everyone. This is Larry Adebesson. What I feel, I attract. What I imagine, I become. What I say, I see. And the same goes for you. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you become. What you say, you see. So we've been talking about imagination. And the question is, as I mentioned to you, today we're going to apply this whole process of imagination to your own individual situation. But before we get there, I want to give you some additional information. The last time we spoke, I mentioned that there are certain prerequisites to be able to fully maximize your ability to use your imagination. And the number one prerequisite is knowledge. You must have knowledge of your ability to produce results. You must have the knowledge of your ability to imagine. You must have knowledge of the desired end result. As far as your ability is concerned, you should not even think about questioning that. Because you see, you are created, you and I are created in the image and likeness of God. Genesis 1:26. Genesis 1:28 says God blessed them. That simply means God empowered us and said, be fruitful and increase in number. And you know what? God is still on the throne. He is changeless. He hasn't changed his mind. So guess what? You are still the image and likeness of God. You are still blessed. You are still empowered. The problem is most of us have gone prodigal. Not even most of us. All of us have gone prodigal because of our belief in a multiplicity of powers. We have this belief of this good and evil. And that is why we do not achieve our goals. That's why we have a problem applying this power of imagination, because instead of thinking straight, instead of keeping our minds on things that are good, godly, upward, onward, and Godward, we mix it up, the good and the bad. I'm telling you, get rid of the bad. That's what the problem is. And I also got to say to you, it's not easy. Trust me, I know how challenging it can be. But you know what? We've got to start acting on our knowledge, on what we know. We know we are the image and likeness of God. God is good. God is perfect. You and I are the image of perfection. I don't care what anybody tells you. I don't care what anybody tells me. There's a difference between what I'm experiencing and who I am. And I know beyond a shadow of doubt that you are the image and likeness of God. You are perfect. I know that. And so am I. But you know what? We have bought into this belief system that we were born into, and it's not your fault, it's not my fault. We were all born into it, and that's why we're getting the result we get. How do we change that? By using our imagination to see ourselves the way God created us, in the image and likeness of God. So know beyond the shadow of doubt that you have that ability. At a later session, I'm going to go into the detail about what it means to be the image and likeness of God. So know that. The next thing is you need to have an idea of what your desired result is. What are you trying to accomplish? To kind of give you an idea of how to know what you're trying to accomplish. Some people from time to time think, some people say, well, I don't know how to imagine. I can't imagine. That is crap. Everybody imagines. Everybody knows how to imagine. Everybody has the power of imagination. As a matter of fact, Aristotle said, the mind cannot function without pictures. We all picture, we all imagine. Let me give you an example to convince you that you know how to imagine. Suppose you are in a restaurant, you are hungry, and you finally made it to the restaurant. And let's say it's breakfast time. And you ordered 2 eggs, sunny side up, with some turkey sausage and buttermilk pancakes with some strawberry syrup and some whipped cream right on top of it to go along with it. And by the way, for those of you who are vegetarians and all that stuff, so let's switch it around. So let's say you go to the restaurant and you had a bowl of grits, and you also ordered yourself some vegan omelet with some broccoli, tomatoes, and then for one reason or another you chose to have some carrots in your omelet. I've never tried that, but looks good. looks good, especially for the illustration I'm trying to make. I'm just looking for food items that have different colors. So suppose that's what you order, and all of a sudden you see the waiter or the waitress passing by with what appears to be, let's say for our illustration, with what appears to be a sizzling hot T-bone steak with some French toast, and it also has, let's say it has a bowl of milk and cereal. When you see the waiter or the waitress coming with that entree, you know that's not yours, because when you placed your order, you knew exactly what your order is supposed to look like. And believe it or not, that's what imagination requires. It requires you to know what you want and to be able to see it even before you see it. And again, we've gone over time. I apologize for that. We'll just have to pick this up another time on how to apply this to your own particular situation. I really apologize, but this topic is so powerful that I can't get it done in 2 or 3 minutes like I've done several other topics, but we're just going to have to make the best of what we got. So I promise you next time around, we'll go over that in detail. All right, have a wonderful evening. Remember, your imagination rules your world. And remember, what you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you become. And what you say, you see. Say what you want to see. All right, ciao.